There is just one game left before we park up club football again for another international break. That game, of course, is against Aberdeen at Paradise. In today's video, we'll discuss all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. That includes Ali McCoist jumping to Celtic's defence after a recent outrage. But first, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Former Celtic boss Gordon Strachan has lavished praise on Matt O'Reilly, describing the young midfielder's talent as a rare gift. O'Reilly, who came from MK Dons to Celtic after a stint with Fulham's youth side, has been hailed by Strachan for his composure and exceptional passing ability, likening him to football greats such as Mudryk and Iniesta in a conversation with Record Sport. He's come on leaps and bounds, and some of his passes have been phenomenal. He has the ability that all top players have of remaining composed on the ball. Matt isn't flustered in possession and isn't influenced by a crowd screaming at him. He's got the ability to take the ball, shield it and play the right pass every single time. It's a rare gift that only the real top players like your Modrics or your Iniestas have. Quite the comparison. O'Reilly's contributions this season have been significant with 6 goals to his name, already better than last season's goal scoring numbers. His performances have earned him a call-up to the Denmark international team during the last break. In the same breath, Strachan offered advice to Odin Thiago Holm, the 20-year-old Norwegian talent whose Champions League debut was marred by a red card shortly after he took to the pitch. The ex-Hoops boss sees this as a formative experience for Holm, advising him to learn from the professionalism and dedication of teammates such as Hatate, O'Reilly, McGregor and Turnbull. I thought that red card was a character-building moment for Holm. There's only one way to react to getting sent off in an important match of football. I thought he was really unfortunate. The best thing for Holm is what he's learning on the training ground. Nothing improves players better than playing and working with top players on the training ground. All he needs to do is watch the likes of Hatate, O'Reilly, McGregor and Turnbull. Watch their approach to training, their professionalism and work rate, and he won't go wrong. Ali McCoist defended Celtic's recent drubbing in the Champions League by highlighting the gulf in finances for those in Scotland between the rest of Europe. Brendan Rodgers watched his side, who were down to 10 men for large parts of the game, suffer a 6-0 defeat at the hands of Atletico Madrid on Tuesday night. It all but ends Celtic's chances of making the knockout stages, with the team sitting bottom of Group E on 1 point, with 2 fixtures remaining. Whilst many enjoy throwing verbal pelters at Celtic, Ali McCoist is quick to remind fans that Tottenham Hotspur, managed then by Mauricio Pochettino, conceded 7 to Bayern Munich in the Champions League, as he told TalkSport. What happened in Tottenham's own backyard in 2019, with ex-Arsenal man Serge Gnabry scoring an incredible 4 goals? There are even present examples that can be used, with Chris Sutton slamming Erik ten Hag's Manchester United after they suffered a 4-3 defeat to FC Copenhagen in the Champions League on Wednesday night. Am I not right in saying that Spurs got hit for 7 recently, said McCoist. When I say recently, but by Bayern Munich at some point. These results can happen, it's always tough. It's tough for the Scottish teams because they can't compete financially at all with the big boys. Whether we like it or not, we are Europa League teams at this moment in time. We need the finances of the Champions League. The Dutch teams get 4 or 5 times more than Celtic and Rangers. We always say to ourselves, compare ourselves to Feyenoord and PSV. We actually can't really. They get a lot more money. We should be doing better, but that's what we have to address. It's time for the team to quickly turn its attention to Aberdeen on Sunday, because that 8-point gap will either need to be maintained or extended. Things haven't gone well in Europe, but on the domestic scene the boys are still unbeaten and going strong. Against Ross County last time out, from Matt O'Reilly to Kyogo, a number of key players were rested on the bench, so this allows Rodgers to go strong against the Dons. While Celtic have taken their own hits in Europe, Aberdeen are suffering the same issues in the Europa Conference League, and travelled back from Greece yesterday night after taking on PAOK. Flamboyant winger Jota surprisingly departed Celtic in the summer. A big money move to the Middle East beckoned for the Portuguese attacker, who got the chance to go and set himself and his family up for life. Few supporters begrudged him the move to Al Ittihad, but things have not gone to plan for the 24-year-old at the club. He is ineligible to play in the league because he wasn't included in the squad for this season. Jota is limited to cup and continental appearances, but even at that, gaffer Nuno Espirito Santo didn't utilise him for the best of his abilities. The former Wolves and Spurs boss, though, was recently sacked. A new manager will come into play soon, which will only bode well for ex-Celt. Jota is a player of optimum quality, and although there is still a long way to go in the Saudi League campaign, it is hoped a fresh face can come in and revitalise the treble winner. Celtic have issued a comprehensive statement to the season ticket holders via email, detailing the suspension of 267 members of the Green Brigade Supporters Club due to repeated safety concerns and non-compliance with ground regulations and the Rail Seating Safety Code of Conduct. The club has emphasised that the suspensions are not related to the display of Palestinian flags, but rather to a series of behaviours that have caused safety issues over an extended period. These actions, which have been communicated to the group multiple times, have not been adequately addressed by the Green Brigade according to the club. The club say they've taken serious progressive steps to mitigate these concerns, which have included restricting non-match day and match day access and suspending away ticket privileges before moving to suspend the season tickets of those registered as part of the Green Brigade. The affected individuals were directly contacted and made aware of the potential consequences of their registration as part of the group. In response to these suspensions, Celtic is addressing individual requests from those wishing to dissociate from the Green Brigade and is also processing other related communications from club members. The club has also offered refunds for matches missed due to suspension and has also offered to cancel and refund season tickets on a pro rata basis for those who remain suspended. For upcoming matches, Celtic is offering free tickets to supporters who might not be able to attend due to financial constrictions. This means the club is likely to fill the standing section in the Green Brigade's absence. Celtic claims they will remain open to dialogue and willing to engage with the Green Brigade and other supporter groups to find a resolution that ensures safety compliance and respects the full rules of the stadium. The group has denied most wrongdoing and continues to put their suspension down to their support to Palestine above anything else, Celtic say. This would appear to be the impetus. Stuart Pearce has shared how Celtic rising star Matt O'Reilly has been likened to England legend Frank Lampard by one of his former coaches. The 22-year-old came through the ranks at Fulham as a teenager, with Steve Wigley, who was still a coach at the younger age groups of the Premier League side, raving about the player. Celtic did very well to secure Matt O'Reilly's talents from MK Dons in 2022 because, from the get-go, he had something special about him. Stuart Pearce shared that he rang Steve Wigley and he told him that he was being very impressed by Matt O'Reilly and how he feels he would end up in the Premier League one day, as he told TalkSport. Celtic fans will be hoping that it doesn't happen anytime soon because he's been such a crucial player for Brendan Rodgers this season. Either way, for now, the boys are enjoying his magic because he has certainly taken his game up to another level this season after winning the treble under Ange Postecoglou last time out. Steve Wigley, I ran him up today actually and just sounded him out about Riley, said Pearce. He was very impressed. He likened him to Frank Lampard, to be fair. Not someone who is blessed but with real blinding pace, but can get up and down continually and an eye for goal. He gave him a sound recommendation, suggesting that he will end up in the Premier League at some stage. There hasn't been a better performing player in Scotland than O'Reilly this season. On one hand, that is great news for Rodgers, because he has an elite performer at his disposal who has 6 goals and 5 assists this term, including 2 assists in the Champions League. But it also results in the obvious of those with big money wanting to sign the rising Danish star. Celtic fans, what are your thoughts on the Champions League? Let me know down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video, guys. Make sure you drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you, take care, bye bye.